up and I beat those odds. It's understood. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job. Just how I should. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. It's understood. Get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds. It's understood. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job. Just how I should. I feel it all. I feel it all. I'm feeling numb. I'm feeling numb. I lost my soul. It's on the run. I need a spot. I need a spot. I need some fun. I need that fun. I'm in the dark. Like what's to come? It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds. It's understood. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job. Just how I should. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds. Understood. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job. Just how I should. It's me versus me. It's you and I. The time is now. It's do or die. I chose my path. No choosing sides. I'll take what comes. Hit for the ride. I'm that guy. No more time for the bad guy. Never going back to the bad side. Need the holy water, get baptized. Yeah, I'm that guy. No more time for the bad guy. Never going back to the bad side. Need the holy water, get baptized. I'm that guy. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds. It's understood. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job. Just how I should. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. Misunderstood. Get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds. It's understood. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job. Just how I should.
I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like you're all alone when it's bad. I can get you through this when it hurts and it's bad, yeah. Don't ever feel like
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bitcoin Bowl. It is the pre-show. If you don't like it, hang on. Things are going to change. But for those of you who do, what's going on with Bitcoin? Do we have a little breakout? Looks like Bitcoin has decided to test this little trend line area. And not just that, but just kick it straight between the legs and run away to the upside, regaining this 200 moving average at the moment. Trying to make a run for it. Are you, Bitcoin? Are you trying to... Where are you trying to go? Trying to go back up to the top of this channel? Are we going to come back up to about 69,800? Might we be that lucky? We've now established a new trend on this tiny time frame. Here's here for you day traders out there on that 1 minute. Yeah, we're in a good spot right now. We don't have to worry until we break this trend line. And we may be establishing yet another secondary trend line that we can track for even more gains. Gotta wait for a little bit of a pullback and everything on this one, but might we be doing this little guide? Is that their new trajectory here? We'll have to give it just a little bit more time to kind of establish itself, but we might have a new line in the sand, a new place to put some stop losses, maybe a place to mark some take profit areas. But currently, just on this 1 minute trend that we're looking at here, looks like we got something going on. We got some pointies that might be happening here. Let's clear up the chart. Frank, can you tell us anything about the pointies? Well, thank you, Bob. Well, it does look like we got the little pointy here and a little pointy here. Might they do a little bit of saggies? I don't know. What we're really looking for is a neckline just to see just how far these pointy pointies kind of sag down. Now, depending on how far that the saggies point down, we can kind of take a little measurement from the neckline around the collarbone area all the way down to the nipply point down here at the bottom of this pointy. That would be right down here, ladies and gentlemen, right down here where the pasties go. Now we take this little measure move and we apply it to the neckline and we see if it can get above. I don't know what you would call it. What comes above the neckline? Probably a head. So, a head. So that measure move gives us the possibility of coming back to this area, 70,960, Bob. I think that's personally amazing. Who says that the little pointies can't turn out to be something goody-goody? They can still get a rise out of price action no matter how far they sag to the floor. Bob, what's your take on it? Thanks, Frank. That was a very interesting analogy about how price action works. You've been hanging around at the club lately, is that what I'm gathering there? Frank, not to dismiss what you're saying there, but what I've got to see immediately happen is for price to actually, respect this 200 moving average and just slowly climb its way back up here to confirm that neckline area here. Right here to confirm that we do have the old pointies, as you said, Frank. In that area, we've got $69,700. Also a little bit of a trend line here if you look at this channel. But maybe we should turn to someone else who can explain this just a little bit better to our audience there. Frank, what do you say? Is it time for Road Dogg? I think it's time for Road Dogg. Let's see if Road Dogg's available.
For those of you that have been hitting that like button, I should say thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Surprise Daily Stream. I'm going to do these a little bit more often during the week. Don't yet have a schedule worked out, but somewhere around 1 seems to be kind of fitting since I'm not an early bird and I like to sleep late. Me sleeping late this morning kind of missed my little target area at 70,000. I didn't have anything there to take some profits. So shame on me for not planning on that, but our trade is still good, still uppy. That would have been a line in the sand right there. A great little place around 69.7 to have a partial stop loss or something. And then again, if I were sitting here trading this and really trying to nail it, my strategy is very easy. Nail those trend lines, and when it breaks, man, I want to make sure that I've taken some profits by at least this point. If not, when she gets kind of far from this trend line. That's a little subjective, I know, but you can fine-tune the strategy down every time you establish a new little trend and you're trying to actually nail a good take profit place, especially if you're day trading. I'm narrowing it down here. Could even switch to a different time frame, but look, I could have used that. It's my little tricks of the trade there that helped me actually nail some good prices rather than just jumping out willy-nilly because price just got, I don't know, it keeps you from getting emotional. Oh, is it going to turn down? Is it going to turn down? And get out, because you see a lot of people do that. Even some of the people that teach this stuff, letting their emotions get in on it, and sometimes they admit it even though they spent all this times. And I see them that they're starting to mature a little bit and they're straightened. They're starting to see the mistakes that they made. But the thing is that for the past year, those same mistakes we'll be making, and they're saying, watch me, I'm doing this, do it my way. And because we know what we're talking about, but they're just learning too. So with all the scrabble I got here, I'm looking for about 69.7 as an area to be retested here with the possibility to come up to this area around 70,900. I kind of like that for Bitcoin on the breakout. That should also help out some altcoins. Let's go to a reasonable time frame here. If we zoom out here on a 6 minute, which is not, we're looking short term here, people, so it's a-okay. Let's get rid of some of this lines I got. So we can actually see this chart, and here's a nice retest of this currently, our current trend, our current swing right here. Then when we bounced off of this trend line down here at 67,246, retested it and retested it again, liked it. We were following this channel idea because that's what we had. Our touch here, our touch there gave us a channel, matched up perfectly here, and then we lost that guy. Let's get rid of some of this stuff so we can see that a little better. Some of the stuff we just talked about. We lost that, and then we came back down here. So let's just kind of blow this up so we can get a better view. And that kind of, what we did, our patterns just expanded. That's all it is. We're following the channel. Price travels in a channel. And it respected it very well until one day it didn't. It came up and retested. So now we just expanded that. And we see that it's just falling right back to its old trend line, which is what it normally should do. But this gives us a very, you know, now instead of a channel, a limited channel, we got a more expansive thing. It also gives us higher high areas of the 70,600, 700 area, 70,900 area. That now we can open up and actually make that. And here we're zooming out just a little bit, not too much, 6-minute time frame. 5-minute time frame, whichever you're looking, but right now we're getting a possible breakout of this area as price is starting to reclaim that 100 moving average here on this particular chart. Shout out to everybody that's hanging out with me here on the chat. We're going to take a look at some juicy altcoins and look at the indices, see if it's a good time to even mess with altcoins right now. Said Dave B in the chat there. How's it going, Dave? And also Mr. Rising Sun. Also, if you guys got any altcoins that you'd like me to take a look, we definitely will do that. We do have to talk about Caspa because, well, Caspa's worth talking about. I will say with Bitcoin, just remember we came from a channel, so also this area right here, 69.5-ish. We're going to have a little hiccup. So depending on what kind of strategy you got going on, I mean, that's right before we confirm this possible droopy double bottom there with the saggies, which, you know, still get price excited if we can just get above the neckline. Look at my eyes, don't look at my droopies. And we're looking at the eyes and following it up and start going to 70,000, 71,000. That would be awesome. Let's not forget our bigger time frames. And the one that I want to look at is the daily, because why not? Let's go down to this indicator here, just for a little hopium, a little suggestion that, you know, yeah, we're probably doing the right thing. Market Cipher, good indicator here. This is a VMC. This is a free version on TradingView, which is wonderful and free. We got the little green dot, not yet confirmed. Got to wait for, you know, this candle, daily candle close, this daily candle to close. But more than likely that will confirm and means that it will hang around. Stochastics are headed toward the upside. Money flow is coming into the green right here and right here. Everything is moving up and to the right just as it should. So we're at a good spot. Looks like we're going to have a good week, or at least a good 2 or 3 days out of Bitcoin. And just by consequence, we would expect our altcoins to also act more favorable. And here we are on altcoins, man. Fell below this line. We've just been struggling, but the biggest thing is that we've been finding support here at this 600 and was it 661 area. Seems to be holding, and looks like we might be confirming a bounce off of there. So start looking short-term possibility for a breakout on total 3, which would signify that altcoins are getting ready to rip a little bit. At least see, you know, 20, 30, 40 million dollars coming to altcoins, meaning backs go up and we be happy. So if you've been stacking up a little bit on the lows lately in the altcoins, you know, you might see a little bit of a rise, but I will caution you, closer that we get up to this area around $775 billion, you might want to make sure that you're at least paying yourself, because not quite sure. This is a reversal area that we're flirting with, and that's what's been knocking us down. Now we'll either come back up and stay here and then eventually break to the upside of it, and then we're looking at something major happening with altcoins. But usually what we need to really look out for is a rejection there, which could be a double top situation, which means that we might see a bigger pullback in altcoins. So this is why it's important that I say that as we see our bags go up, you got to be pulling out some dry powder just for the times that we're going to drop, because they will come. And it's no fun to be sitting on those times and not have the dry powder and sitting there wondering, oh my gosh, man, am I going to get liquidated here? Am I going to get, my portfolio is down 30%. But if you got that dry powder and it's down, your portfolios won't be down 30% because the dry powder will hold the weight up. And it will drop down, and you'll say, oh my gosh, man, these things are juicy and I got money I can put in the market. Put the money in the market, and then when we get our bounce back up, suddenly you're in profit sooner. It's just a happier world if you just kind of do that. It's a hard thing to, it's easier said than done. It takes practice to work on that, but that's just what I like to kind of preacher on the channel. Let's go take a look at a few altcoins real quick. I'm gonna start out with Casper because she's on a tar. Here she is at 16.19, coming up to what? A target. We had a target, 16.2 target. Looks like we've almost nailed a target, which is almost at the top of this trend line that we're drawing out here. The little toppy top. Let's see. Now it's not lining up. It's beautiful right here because it was done on a different time frame. That wasn't it either, though. But we nailed it.
Ah, nailed it.
So target 16.2. Did you actually get hit? What is the high on this candle? 16.2709. I had 16.2747. Oh no, you sucker dog! Go back to your day job. Nice. It looks like my wick actually touched it, dude. I don't care what you say. Look, that wick went past it. I'm claiming that.
Nailed it.
The magic of Fibonacci's, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't understand that, you need to hang around with me in the channel because I can't keep a secret. I keep blabbing everything. I keep blabbing all them dark secrets we swore not to reveal when we learned technical analysis. And I know they got a hit squad out for me, and I know that algorithm has been paid off just not to let me grow and share this good news, spread the gospel of TA or Bitcoin, teaching people how to get out of their little 9-to-5 slave life and actually be a little self-sufficient. That's just my take on it. Hey, come on, baby. I got 18.2 cents on the radar. There'll be probably a pullback. Do expect price maybe to come back and retest this area about 14.4, 14.5. But Caspa doing some things, reclaiming some higher, making some higher highs over some past areas. So getting rejected there. She needs to come back up and complete that, and then we can gradually start stair-stepping our way up. I've got 22.6 cent target up here that I'm really, really looking for. Caspa looking very nicely, if we might say so. Check it out on the 4-hour. Even got a green dot on the 4-hour saying, man, I'm not quite through yet. Again, coming to slower time frames. Yeah, I agree. 14.4, 14.5 be a good little area to look for a pullback, which may come there. You know, got a little trend line established. It's really more here. Went off on this little secondary tear. So when this trend line breaks, so the price will start coming down. And if you want to narrow it up just a little bit more, man, because this is what you should be doing. If you're actually in this on like some kind of short-term trade, man, 15-minute, man, right there is your best friend saying 15.8-ish. We break that, you probably need to have your stop loss under there or some kind of, you need to make sure you pay yourself, but she's showing signs that she's ready to keep on going. Let's just give her a little bit of encouragement and hope that she does, and let's just make us all some Caspa millionaires. Caspa, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You pay for it there. Let's take my hat off for Caspa. Woo. All right. Here's what I meant to talk about last night on the live stream, and I never get to go over, you know, my whole list. I just get sidetracked and everything, and we start looking at other coins. But Pixel was one that was doing well yesterday. Had a nice little breakup. Now she at the ideal point to buy her. I wouldn't say that. But she is doing a nice little turnaround. Oh, what the hell is going on over here? Let's take a look at Pixel because she's got a little bottom shape, meaning maybe I think we found our bottoms right now. The bottom might be in at 33 cents, and we're hanging around at 51 cents right now. So let's just see what the charts have to tell us. We definitely do have that little breakout. Oh! Let's copy that little guy if I can grab him there. Grabbing down here, respecting those angles. Now I'm going to look at this as a channel. Because that's what she's done. Put this at the breakout, and that gives us this target area right over here. This nice little support resistance flip area. 73.88 cents measure move. Now, that's not the only thing I like to do. I also like to pull a fib, swing high to swing low, tell me where price is going to go. I also got a 618 area right there, so that's worth noting. I respect that. Let me draw that little guy because that's just a normal area that we can expect price to reverse. So I got a little confluence in that same area, about 73 to 76 cents. I like that. This is another area that we're going to have a little bit of trouble. It's more of a little zone. I would look at it as a zone rather than just a target. Let's see if we can put you out there really quick in this little rectangle area. This is the 0.5 and the 0.386 Fibonacci area. I'll color him just kind of orangey. Just kind of might be a good area. It might get some rejection there. Might be a good area to take profit, depending on whatever strategy that you've got in place, because I don't know how you're trading, when you get in, when you get out. I'll just show you what's going here and some key areas to look for that might help you out in your strategy. And show you what I'm doing when I do it. That's all we're doing. I'm not here to sell you anything, sell you anything, but maybe a Tangem wallet, because I'm sold on them. I like them. I got Tangem wallets. I got 2 sets of these. Use them with my NFC enabled phone. Link in the description, and dog will save you 10%. So that's, that's one way to support this channel if you like it. So this is Pixel looking for possibly 60 cents, 68 cents, 76, 88. Just on the short term run there. Pixel looking interesting. What's the gains on that from the breakout? Now this pattern, they always have a chance to come back and retest these areas where they break out. So it's a possibility after things tire up here, we might be coming back down to this 40, 45 cent area somewhere through there. Just keep that in mind. If you miss out, there's going to be another opportunity. The worst thing you can do is just keep buying when she's going up. And now, for the die-hard pattern traders, probably look at this as a bottom area. I'm sure you're looking at that as a nice little. It actually is a nice Adam Eve double bottom shape. Now that one also. It also has a measure move, which should be met shortly, though that takes us right into our box, smack dab right into the middle of it, where I said that we'll probably have a little bit of a hiccup there. So you got that too. Biggest thing when it comes to all this, yeah, we got those things, but if you kind of zoom out and just look for the major overall trend or major overall pattern, if there is one, you'll find it just by drawing your trend lines. And if you can't see a solid trend line, the channel cost price just naturally travels in a channel, keeping that angle, and then you identify it and you can usually see where it's going to respect that angle, and that's the clue you're in the right spot. That measure move, just like I said, takes us up to 88. A little bigger scene, you got a little bit bigger bird's eye view than just coming down to any little local pattern, little flags or whatever that we're playing out and try to guesstimate where we're going. Zoom out, because that tells you all you need to know to plan your trades. Got a good chance of coming from even where we are now. Another 70% gain to reach that target up there. 23% gains to that hesitation area here, about 62 cents, and 45% gains up to our measure move, about 72 cents. So I likes it. Not the best time to get in. If you're looking for a better time to get in, well, a pullback maybe, which will be coming. On the smaller time frame, she's broke that trend line, meaning she's going to come down a little bit. So might it be 47 cents? Yeah, might be. Use the bigger time frames to make your plan. Use the smaller time frames to execute it, but always making your decisions on whatever bigger time that you plan your trade. It's the little simple rules like that. Now we got Brackets Adventures, and we got Law. Hey Law, how's it going? ICP is requested by Law. Let's take a look at ICP. That's one I've got some positions in right now. Where are we at? 1202, and you got down to 1175. That was blue line. Should be a measure move unless I got lazy on it. And we got two of them here. We're just kind of sandwiched in between those two areas. I guess it was a measure move area. Nailed that right here. I need to start putting more notes on these things when I'm looking at them. Let's zoom out to the daily, get rid of some of that noise, and see if we can get a sense of what's going on here. Chart is getting a little noisy from all these little drawings on the smaller time frames. Respecting this trend line, we're going to darken that one up because that one seems to be coming into play. This little guy is going to be resistance for us if we kind of draw it out, and that's going to be right up here with the 50 moving average coming in somewhere around under $13. Looks like lost the megaphone pattern, which this is normally what it should do, and that's why when they break on the other side, they just it breaks the rules and then they start doing this crap. So daily chart. And it looks like we were just coming down to retest this bottom. If you can say, we're kind of possibly doing, you know, a little kind of double bottom scenario off this 200 moving average on the daily. We're on the 200. That's good. It may struggle here a little bit, but we got a chance over this week to start coming back up a little bit, start looking toward $13. And if we can get past these zones and finally get past right around 14 something, I think we got a good chance to start moving back up to 17 and 20, and we need to. There's just, after a big sell-off like this, when people go up, it went $20. A lot of people taking profits, all this volume down here and selling. And then, when it broke that trend line, it's like, oh, I'm out! Because people just don't want to ride all this stuff down, so the smart people got out. And they're going to reaccumulate through here.
And it seems like every day just gets better when you're mine.
Extremely desirable. How's it going? Strega says, what the? What's up, Strega? Here's one that I like that's kind of cheap right now that I don't know if you guys are playing it or not, but this is Stacks. And you can stake your stacks and it earns you Bitcoin, which I find fascinating. And lately it's been earning more Bitcoin than it has some upgrade that just works better now. I don't know if there's any story about why it's down, but we had this trend line going here and she broke it and she's just riding to the downside. She's below the 200 moving average. She is still respecting this trend line and possibly starting to round out of here around the 618. That little yellow line I've got there. Not this one, but the straight one. Well, last one at, what is this, $1.75, $1.75. Fine tuner there to that line. What's this? Etc. Sucks to be below the 200 moving average on the daily because that just puts us in a bearish predicament. That's just, you know, that automatic by my strategy, just automatically put bearish. But what I point out, because I use a 5 moving average strategy rather than just whatever random moving averages I want to throw out, it's a relation on how these things go together and how price kind of dances between them. And once that opens up to you, once you see that, oh man, it's a beautiful strategy. It just helps you so much to really tell a little bit more about the momentum and levels that we can go to. And it's really cool. I like to talk about it in our YouTube membership streams. Anybody interested over there? And I'm not shilling. Just people started buying memberships, and I thought, well, hey, I need to start doing something for people and paying that $3 a month. Let me give it back. So I'd give a little extra on strategy and things like that on the membership, because I start dragging on, boring on here for some people on the live streams. It's where I normally do. I see a possible bounce here eventually. She may come down more. I don't know. I just think anywhere under $2 is a great place to get stacks, because as Bitcoin goes up, this one's going to follow a layer 2 for Bitcoin, that kind of thing. But the 100 moving average is above the 200 here on the daily, and that's got all the helium that we need to kind of, our hot air in our balloon, to kind of pull us back up a little bit more toward the cloud level here. Ichimoku cloud, see what I did there? And then we can start breaking through that red cloud and get through all that mess, and then get on a nicer trajectory. But remember, she got as high as almost $4, working on $4, and we're down at 174. So it's not much to think that you can 2x buying at these levels just to get back into the levels that we were before at our highs. And look here at this daily 200 moving average. No, that's not. What is that? That's just my line. See, I gotta be careful about my screens. I like what I'm seeing here, and if you're a fib, well, that was our fibs right there, 618. Looking for that one to hold. And our next one is all the way down 116. I don't anticipate that being hit, but if it does, I'm going to be buying a bunch of this stuff up. Because that's how I roll, baby. Alright, so we looked at Pixel, we looked at Stacks. Here's one that I know nothing about. I just know it's popular. It's trending over on Tokenmetrics, and it's called Sad Hamster. So I'm guessing a meme is Hammy. Okay, I know nothing about this. I just know it's trending, so I just want to see what the chart looks like. They got it on MexC, CoinEx, several places. Well, what's so special about you today? Huh? I'm not seeing anything that special. At least on the daily chart. Let's see if we can get a lot of touches there. Kind of respecting that trend line. That's about all I'm seeing. 100 above the 200. That's promising that you can reclaim the 200 here and make some gains. Well, I mean, as far as my strategies go, I do like on coins that I like. Not saying not chilling this one or anything, but I do see some possibilities. It's bouncing off this trend line and going into this red cloud, reclaiming these areas, and then at least working on getting up to, man, at least fib areas. First, it's got to get past here, which is, you don't even tell me how many. Oh man, this must be tiny. A tiny ass coin. I got to use another tool to measure it. Where are you? Oh, here you are. I got it right here. So from where we are now, up 34% to this 2564 area. We're at what, 1921 right now. This is the main area I would be looking for, and that would be 61% gains. And of course, she could always go higher because she has before, but I don't know anything about this guy. On the bigger picture, though, it looks like, you know, she's working on trying to do a nicer, bigger down, rounded bottom, which means that she should come up to this area, and we can mark this. We got some fib confirmation from that area too. That's at 78.84, so there might be something there for any of the risk takers willing to play this. I'm not advocating it. I'm not, just saw it trending, just wanted to look at the chart. That's all I did. That's at that's almost 300%. But see, the bigger picture, and then you got like a little fractal of that here, kind of the same thing happening on a smaller. So, you know, it's got to get back up here to 39.75. I think we already looked at that. That's doing about 100% gain. Interesting play. Might be something. Tokenmetrics, and I'll just show you where I got it. Just over here trending on Tokenmetrics. That's all it is. Just wanted to look at it. I'm probably not going to play it because I'm trying to whittle down my bags of coins anyway at the moment. But possibilities. I do like that. That's why I keep missing chat. It automatically goes to top chat, and I don't get to see all the live. Okay. Didn't make much of a difference, though, to be honest with you. Ondo is still climbing. I'm not actively trading this one. This was one of my hodl bags because, well, she's going to keep going up. It might be, I believe she is getting ready to just do something big, and we were talking about this last night. Look at the target that I put out there for you, saying that she might come up here, and then if it's rejected, it may come back down to this area. So we're hoping for at least a bounce off of 134, 135 area if we got to come back at all, respecting this trend line. But she hit 148. Nailed it. It only do that for the algorithm. It seems like if you're a chart on, if you're trying to be an up and comer on YouTube, you gotta sit here and brag about stuff all the time. I'm not really that kind of person, so I just got fib levels that not magically. There's a system to it. Believe it or not, I'll just keep showing. We just keep coming back and seeing where targets get hit. If that fascinates you, well, I can tell you all about that. And actually, I put out a video in our YouTube membership area just about my technique on how I do that. So if somebody gives a membership or something, you can go right over there and watch it. You want to help support the channel, $3. You can go over there and watch it and hang around for a month and then call it a day. Or if you just want to hang out, I'll eventually go back over it on my live streams at night. Because I just talk about this stuff very openly. I'm not doing anything. So I'm also looking for 181, and then we got this little area right here about 197 to 213 that might be an area to seriously think about. Maybe pulling out some dry powder, maybe pulling out some of your collateral, paying yourself, because this might be an area that we get a more steeper rejection, meaning the price might come all the way up here to around the $2 area and then drop all the way back down to about 150. And I mean, if you want to ride that train, ride that puppy all the way back down and see that little personal portfolio drop, 30%, like $1,000 portfolio drop back down to 750. If you can stomach that and you're cool with it, fine. If you're a little savvy and want to take a little risk and paying yourself and maybe buy a little bit more at a 30% discount from where you sold it, it can work, but there's no guarantee that you're going to catch it at that price. So in situations like that, I've just come up with a half and half strategy or some percent. I'll just divide it up, split one for this odd, split one for that other odd, and so far I like that idea. Helps me make decisions when decision makings are hard. We got a new little trend line developing right here for Hondo. That's the one I'd be looking for to put stop losses under, or making that play. This is on the daily chart. This isn't even on the 4 hour. 4 hour. Oh, look. Look at that $1.48 target. So Pro Dog didn't even touch it, man. Didn't even touch it. It really only went up to 42,756. You got what? Where'd it go to? Went up to 148,290. I got 148,750 off. Damn, missed it again. I did nail it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. You can't be anal about this. If you get anal about this, you'll never make any money in crypto. You're looking for areas. You're looking for areas. And the Fibonacci's will get you right where you want to be, baby. You may not nail it perfectly, but you don't. You treat it as a zone. Are you copping out? Are you copping out because you didn't nail it to the penny? Man, I'm telling you, if you got that mentality, you're not gonna do well. Gotta get out of that. These are all probabilities, people. Probabilities. But by goshy, I tell you, my little system does get you right there a lot of times with the little magical fib levels. Look, we got a trend line that we're respecting really well right here on Hondo on the 4 hour time frame. So what I do is draw a little green line because I see when price comes back to that as being good opportunities for me to add to my bag. When she breaks that, then I'm like, well, this is probably a good time to maybe sell at least half or maybe even get out of the trade altogether, just depending on my strategy. I want to make sure that I've at least paid myself or done something to get some kind of form of dry powder whenever I break the trend lines. We talked about that. I'm programming your subconscious mind by repeating things over and over and over. Let's take a look at Toshi. You're losing people, road dog. They don't care about this. 3 humps in the dumps. What I'm looking for. I only say 2 for him in here. I like it for Toshi. She got all the way up here to 58,374. Still looking for this 60006 area and 68 area. Taking our sweet time. That is a 618 Fibonacci area known for people who just love to try to short or pay themselves or expect a little bit of a downturn pullback, and that just happens there. That's why we put it there. But we got a measured move for this falling wedge pattern that we had way up here. But what I want to see is for this major trend line, I'd love to see price break back into it. If nothing else, though, I'm looking for price to come up to it around 0.000666. Oh, and possibly get rejected. I'm looking for Lucy. I don't think she's got enough price action to be involved in this. If you don't know Lucy, then she'll show up. Chili's. Chili's. Chili's hanging around at 14 cents. Got bumped down from 16.6. Trying to come up and retest the target. Just didn't get it in. So Mont would come back down and retest the Lucy line, which I didn't mean to have Lucy on. Let's turn her off. Yeah, the 100 moving average area is always also down there in the middle of a red cloud. So could see that. I like what I'm seeing here, actually. A little bit of a trend line there, and it will vary on whatever time frame you're on, how messy it is, but we identify a channel, and this is at an area that looks like it could be finding support and trying to bounce up. I would love to see that, but if we break back into this channel, then that's when it gets a little hairy, because we could technically come all the way back down to 12.3. Don't want to see that. I'm seeing our moving averages being up and to the right like they're supposed to be, so I think Chili's has got the momentum. Let's see if this could possibly be the flag. The what? The flag. Ow. We'll just flag it out. Why'd you call me? I didn't. We would have this possibility, which take us here. If you want to get real antsy and play it as a really big bull flag, you can pretend that this little one didn't exist and hope that this measurement, if you can grab it and swing it down here. And that could get us up to 19 if you're one of those. I want to put it on the top. Well, you can. That's how I used to do it until I started paying a little bit more attention to Thomas Bukowski, and so I do it the other way now. But if you want to go for 20 cents, do it. I don't know if it'll hit. It might, but it'd have to be really bullish for that. Any of these one-to-one moves for this particular pattern to hit. Could happen though. All right, breaking out of a bearish pattern. If it bounces here, yeah, there can be a nice strong move. So 19.1 maybe coming in. Let's look sub 20 cent area for Chili's. Maybe. She's looking a little bullish. She did make a higher high from over here, so that's good. Take a look at Clayton. Clayton was hanging down at 16 cents, hanging around at 18 cents. She jumped up to 26. That's a pretty good comeback. Now she's hanging around 22, which is going to be in this area right here. Pull that down just a little bit. And that's a support resistance flip area right here. Especially comes in right here, resistance or support, and now resistance. Now we broke back above it. So that's kind of a big deal. Willing to bet it's got a fib level to it somewhere. Wouldn't you know it, it's right at this 382 area. This was the accumulation by my fib practices, and we got a rejection here at the 618. Wow, I always like to pick that one. So now that's an area we got to get past. If we get past it, then all this next little area is going to come into play. And we got a deeper correction here, right? So I'm not really looking for a higher high just yet on this particular coin. So Clayton might get up to 30 cents. It's possible. Just gotta get past 25 right now. And since she's going through a little pullback, possibly 21 cents, even 19.4 cents might be on the radar for her to pull back to. If she bounces from where she's at right now, 22 cents, expect a big move though. So Clayton looking a little bit interesting. If you look at this, you know, do you have a breakout? Not by those two trend lines. By those two trend lines, you actually got your resistance and that you're still in a bigger channel idea here. So respects that, there's our channel. deviated from it, and then we got a rise to the upside. So probably come down halfway, like these areas that we looked at, 21 cents, and then try to break out for the bigger move. So might be interesting things coming for Clayton. If I had to look at some warning areas, I'm right there, man. I don't see us breaking out of this one anytime. So I see a pullback. It's too much. Too many resistance areas. Too many things stacking up. Oop, that was it. For right now, Clayton. The magic of trend lines and what they can tell you. William Janeri, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Dog go to the moon. Let's take a look at it. We got it on centralized exchanges. Got it on CoinEx. Let's take a look. Ooh. All right. What you doing, dog? Let me see if I can get some more price history here. Dog to the moon. Oh, this is against Ethereum. No, this is against dollars. Is it pretty much the same? Okay. We'll go back to... That looked totally different. This is dog to the moon against... this is in... It's on Uniswap against dollars. It's at 28.71. So you gotta help me make sure I got the right one. Now looking at the one over on CoinEx, dog go to the moon. That was it, right? Dog go to the moon. I'm pretty sure that's it. On the centralized exchange. Sometimes there's just various contracts over on DeFi, and you gotta make sure you're in the right thing because there's some scammer doing the same ticker trying to fool everybody. Or some other version. So I like this channel idea, testing it for support, and it seems to have done that. That's cool. I'm on the 4-hour chart here. And if you want to look at this as a flag with a breakout, it looks like you got that with candle body. So cool. If you're looking for a major move just for that alone, it could even be bigger than that. But we'll just take this idea before we start getting into some of the more accurate possibilities. So that's at 1 cent. We're at just a little under 9 cents right now with this pump we got on the 4-hour. All right, so support resistance flip area right here, slanting up a little bit. I got a pure horizontal line.
Bless your heart. Hey, God protect your heart. Sitting down, I'ma hold that line. Only know how to play my part.
All right.
So when I make that mind, hold up.
Let's do a little fib analysis on this little guy here. Okay.
Hold that line. Only know how to play my part. Say so when I make that mind. Hold up. Take my time.
Give me a few minutes and it's in price discovery, so I've got to use a few little magic tricks to get us to those areas that we can look at. Are you gonna make me do something crazy? Oh, yeah. All right.
Sitting down, I'ma hold that line. Only know how to play my part. Say so when I make that mine. Hold up, let me take
All the right words, pours from your
So those are a little clustered. Let's get us.
saying I'm all yours, but I'm feeling my gut. It doesn't feel right. I see in your eyes.
Let's get a few more little ideas here.
Tell me no lies, tell me no lies.
Okay.
Tell me no lies, tell me no lie, Tell me no lies, tell me no lie,
Okay, we're coming up there.
Let's talk about your ex.
All right, I'm getting a lot of conflicts here in this area about 10309 area. And all this is still under 1.1 cents on all these.
Been a year, but you struggle to keep pace. Done everything
So for some little bit of local targets, that's what I'd go through, and I would expect a little bit more of a pullback in these areas. One other idea we can do is take an angle that we're respecting, and let me just go back over that, tighten that up a little bit. I haven't quite, I don't know if I've quite got it here. Yeah, okay, I'm cool with that. So we got this. So we are in toppy top areas, and that is one right here at this target. You might actually see a pullback here at 9 point, what is that? 9.4 is the actual number I've got on this particular chart on CoinEx.
Tell me, are you really over her? Or am I gonna be the very next? I can feel your heart race to her name. I can take a lie,
Channel.
I can take the rain. Let's talk about your ex.
But also you got this idea. If I can keep that angle as close as I can get it there. So you might come up in, oh, let's go ahead and throw that up here. 11.65, maybe, depending on how we react over here to, if we can break it up into this level of the channel. So we'll make it a dotted line, but that's where we're getting all the resistance at right now. Any pullbacks would take us back down to this area, about 0.0075-ish, 0.008, wherever it might fall on the bottom of this trend line here. So that's what I got for Dog. Dog, it's the first meme on Bitcoin Network. I thought Welsh was, or I'm on Stacks. That would be Stacks Network. Crypto 420 says Cash. Yeah, we looked at Cash and she's going strong, really strong. Mr. Sake says Wind Moon. Wind Moon for what? Bitcoin or altcoins? Altcoins look like they might be getting a little pump. We talked about that at the beginning of the stream, looking at the indices. Looks like it might be a decent week for altcoins. Definitely going to be a decent week for Bitcoin. Looks like it is going to shaping up to be. I think gaming coins are starting to get a little bit of a move right now, and here's Nakamoto Games. If you want to look at a local pattern, well, a lot of times bigger patterns, they have little fractals in between. There might be an idea of this being an Adam and Eve idea. I'm on a 4-hour time frame. So we might be doing something like that, and you got a little smaller possible version here. So she definitely seems to be respecting this trend line down to about 140, and now we're trying to break up above the 200 moving average on the 4 hour, so we're officially bullish now. So following this one, we broke to the downside of this bearish megaphone pattern. Did exactly what it should have done, just actually didn't come down as low as it could have went. Could have came down 116, haven't done that yet. Wank ya. Let's hope that we don't. What we might see, what would be really bullish, well, we've got a good possibility to coming back up to the areas we fell at. That's about 168. Might even come back up to test the bottom of the trend line. If we ever break back into this pattern, that's when you want to definitely be on the train ride. If it breaks back into this pattern, there's going to be a high probability of a much stronger move that would probably take us like 275 or 280 once it gets in that zone. But what usually happens is a rejection, and we're trying to figure out what trajectory we're on. So don't get too excited, but anywhere we start touching the top of the trend line, about 188, and there's, you know, got to start watching it careful for reversal. Mr. Tank says, what do you think about RWA coins? I like them, and I've got bags of them set aside. I'm not really trading them, but I'm... yeah, I like them because that's where we're headed, and that's where they want to take us with TradFi. Now, they're going to lean more toward Ethereum for that, and possibly some layer 2 solutions. That's just where they've been planning this for a while. They've had an agenda set up for a while, and inherited it. They're going to go by that. And they made their plans back when Ethereum was the hot thing. So Ethereum will continue to be a hot thing. They're a little bit, they move slower like molasses, is the other word. Now, eventually Solana and the faster chains and stuff like that will start coming around and gaining on the legacy side as they start to come in. Remember, they're newbies to crypto. And the ones that are familiar with it, they're going to follow some of the old strategy rules. Some of the things that was worked for the OG players in this space. And you might see some spikes out of things of Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin even. All the four major ones that were big on Coinbase back in the day, the four major ones that PayPal had already adopted, that's your insight to the mentality. They've already got that established for their plans, and there may be some plans for those chains that may come up suddenly. That's why I have a little bit of those. Sounds crazy right now. It's like, oh, that's all boomer coins. Yeah, but we got new boomers that are coming in going by the old boomer rules that we have in cryptos. The reason that I'm doing that. What the hell are you rambling about? Welcome to Road Crypto. Talking about boomer coins. What the hell? I'm unsubscribing. Now, there's all these new coins, but the real world assets, yeah, that's the narrative. But that's what, yeah, their game plan is for real world assets. Tokenize everything. They've just come out and said it. They tell you what they're going to do before they do it. Get ready for it. They're going to tokenize it. And that's going to help Ethereum and layer 2s and whatever too. And then don't discount base. Something going on there, testing it with meme coins, seeing how it's holding up before we start getting into the real world assets. So there's plans going on. They're just coming about slowly. And the meme coins are just a distraction right now, I think, to keep your eyes off of the real prize. My personal thought. Always a distraction. You got to look at what they're doing. So why we get a breakout of? Oh, we're still on Nakamoto. So yeah, if you got a reward asset coin, you'd like me to take a look at it. We looked at Ondo, and it's doing good. That's one of my bigger plays. I also like Maple. That's one I've got. MPL. And I'm not trading these. I'm just holding these. And she's had a little range. Where's she at? $14. So she was ranging from $12 on up to $16, and I've been nibbling and buying here. I think my average is probably around $15, so I might be a little bit under, but. She can get back up to around $30. Let's do it. Well, I guess I'm talking about more over through here. When is this? April 24? Yeah. Can't remember exactly when I got in, but I wanted to get in at some decent prices layering in. Because this is one I think could do some things. Oh, it's time to make the donut. We got some new information here, so we lost that trend line. Let's see what else we got. I want to go with this one. As our last touch, that's one of my rules of operation I go by. I don't think anybody else even looks at things like that. And she seems to be respecting that and deviating from it. That's cool. Struggling there. Maple, she's trying to recover our 200 movement average. Actually, she has, so I'm officially bullish again. And what I'd like for this one to do is just this downward trend line need to break out, get above this, and especially get it back above this one. We can see a big move out of Maple. So if we see something like this happens, we come up around $15 and hang out there, might see a bigger move. Let's go by the head and shoulder reversal pattern that could take us up to the upside back to $20, $21. That'd be cool. I like those oddies. William Janeri says network runes. I like runes. I like the airdrop of runes, which is worth a lot more than I thought. I don't know how I would chart into that, or if you're just saying category specific. I do like the actual rune coin though, Thorchain, and since I've got it pulled up, don't mean to get off topic. If you give me ticker symbols, I will look at them really quick, but otherwise, I'm just trying to figure out what we're talking about. Rune Thorchain is down a little bit, $6, could come down to $5.75, but we're looking for it to try to reclaim this 200 moving average. It needs to, if it can. We don't have to worry about these other moving averages crossing bearishly and throwing us down to 480. I just remind you that, you know, she was on this trend line. She lost it, so she needed to come back up to 658. Broke this major trend line, so Rune's still under the water. We're hoping to break back into this trend line and just go parabolic, but she didn't do it. She was showing signs. Possible inverted head and shoulder pattern. If you look at that, it is still valid. It has not come back below the shoulder, so technically it doesn't look like it, right? It did confirm, and it's still technically in play until it makes a lower low than the shoulder over here. Oh, well, this could still play out, so. The thing. If you wanted to, you could look at this at the more local level pattern, which is not really greatly defined, but you got a little channel idea going on right there that seems to be respected. And this should actually break to the upside if it respects the bottom of the trend line there. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. The time is 2:31. Been on here for an hour. Looked at a lot of what's going on. Looked at Bitcoin and what's going on. I invite you to join me or watch my late night streams. Don't have to stay up late. You can watch them the next day. I don't know. My TA lasts a long time. I use bigger time frames a lot of times. Not on this 1 minute stuff where you watch me 2 hours later and everything's already played out. Oh, that doesn't help me. No, you can watch my TA a couple of days after the streams on any coins that I've got. Maybe even up to a week and this should still be valid. That's just, I do things more for the swing traders than the day traders, because most of you guys are out there working 9 to 5s. You don't have time for all this day trade nonsense and all that high risk stuff. You need something that's going to work, and I try to give you strategies and plays that show you what I'm doing, what I'm into, and just help navigate the crypto space, man. Nice. Bitcoin, are you coming up? You're at 69,352 Bitcoin. We got a little bit of a trend line right there that we may be breaking out of this one now. That's cool. Can we get to 76,564 Bitcoin? Please do. Please do. It's a nice sign when we break up a trend line and flag above it and start making higher highs. That's what we need to see out of Bitcoin. Let's go, baby. Total 3 also following in Bitcoin's step with that idea. Maybe. We need to see some more upside out of Total 3 for all altcoins. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I will see you tonight somewhere around, I'm shooting for 10:30 tonight, so hop on board. Look for the thumbnails. If you like what we're doing here, help support this tiny little channel and listen to Elvis.
Thank you very much.
Elvis loves you. He will not steer you wrong. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll see you tonight.